Rise up this morning, smile with your rising sun. And three little birds sit by my doorstep, singing a sweet song. Melodies pure and true. We're gonna be talking to Adam in Uganda, you know. Alright. Good morning. Welcome from Hanapepe, live and direct. My name is Seth Womble. These are CANversations, brought to you by the Spirit of Can. Today we have two extremely special guests. A fellow named Adam, who we'll be speaking to in Uganda, as well as a partner that works with him. I'm just not going to say too much. I'm just going to bring these folks in and let's get this thing going, because today is going to be fantastic. I hope you all feeling blessed out there. It is early over here in Hanapepe, Kauai, 6 a.m. We're going to be talking to Adam Buliisa in Uganda, where it is exactly 12 hours later. So he is at the tail end of his Saturday, 6 p.m. Adam Buliisa, are you out there? We're checking in for you. All right, I'm going to ramble here for a little bit longer, waiting to see if he checks in. I don't normally do this, but I'm having to practice because I'll be doing some live music later next week for raising some awareness for Kauai small businesses. So don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing will be alright. Don't worry. Adam Buliisa, where are you? Singing, I'm ready to talk with you. Where are you? Come on, man, where are you? Here I am rambling to you guys. I got 4 of you having to deal with my mug at 6 a.m. Thanks for being with us. We're looking for Adam. Where are you, buddy? Well, what we've been doing this past week, we kicked this off just as an idea to see if we could check in with people. First and foremost, the CAN ambassadors, folks that are being looked after by Andy at Spirit of Can as far as spreading the message and the brand. But what's important here is the concept behind it all. It's not the logos, it's not the really fresh threads and gear and custom shirts that might come out of it and stuff like that. It's the message. And right now, what we're dealing with is a CANdemic. We're learning and discussing ways that we can get through this stuff, making forward steps, making plans, and getting along and trying to figure out how we can help each other out. Good morning, Seattle. Still a little bit early for you guys, but thanks for joining us. Has anybody seen my friend Adam in Uganda? That's who we're really looking for here. He was on just a little while ago. I did see him. Well, I'll just keep entertaining myself and hopefully you guys here for a moment until he jumps in there. So that concept that we were talking about, that spirit of Can, simply put, it is defeating can't. When we get in that snowball effect of mentality, we keep singing. Yeah, you don't want that, I'm telling you. Defeating can't is not an optimistic statement. It's a real statement. It's taking into account those things that are hard, that are challenging, and those things that we don't have control over, and then focusing on those things that we do have control over, the things that we can have an effect on. Simple things like smiling at somebody, looking them in the eyes, and telling them you appreciate them. Those things are huge, and you can do that at any time. So while we could sit around and think about all the things that we're being restricted from doing, people are worried about their rights being taken from them, stuff like that. Man, there's just so many other things to focus on. And if we keep focusing on those good things, the things that we can do, the positive changes that we can make, that's going to make waves. So you guys bring it. Bring that positivity. It's not just optimism. It's a plan. It's a conscious effort to make sure that we're moving forward. Looking after each other. Come on, where's Adam Buliisa? Where's my friend? So this is pretty wild. I've never spoken with anybody in Uganda, but we're hoping he's going to join us here pretty soon. He's going to be followed up by a really wonderful lady that also works in social justice and basically war crimes, very significant, very hard to talk about atrocities that occur, which is also good for us to consider while we're sitting here in Hawaii and Vegas and Seattle, things like that. There are other places that definitely have some pretty significant trials and tribulations that they're going through. Nobody on this little blue marble that we're sitting on is alone. If you're having trouble, reach out to somebody. I'm definitely available. Send us a message. Any of the people that have been talking in these CANversations are here for you. There's a lot of love in the world. I know it seems a little dark and bleak sometimes, but without that, then we can't really taste the good stuff. So, where's Adam Buliisa? I'm so not good at sitting here and looking at myself and talking like this. I know you guys are listening, which that's good, but hey man, Andy, maybe if you can find him or shoot him a message, that'd be awesome. I just had him on my Instagram about 15 minutes ago, but that was on my personal page. I don't want to switch this one off because I got some good engagement and people want to hear me sing, which is weird. I don't think it's a good thing. Maybe some Elvis. Well, a little less conversation, a little more action. All this aggravation ain't satisfaction in me. A little more bite, a little less bark, a little less fight, and a little more spark. Close your mouth and open up your heart. Satisfy me, satisfy me, satisfy me, baby. Yeah. What's this mural business? I don't know what you guys are talking about, but thanks for being around. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for listening to my antics at 6 a.m. Hopefully my neighbors aren't getting too upset at me singing this early. Wife is still locked up trying to get a little bit of rest this morning. Our cats were total assholes at about 3 this morning. They were tromping all over my forehead, kidneys. Had to get up, take care of business, things like that. Cats. Ugh. All right, I'm just checking one more time to see if I've found an Adam Buliisa. I still don't see him there. Andy, I know you've been working on it on your end. Chances are that there could be some difficulties. Where he is in Uganda, he's using a wireless service, and apparently at this time of day on a Saturday, okay, I got you. On a Saturday, internet lines and bandwidth get really stretched over where he is because lots of people are communicating with people outside of their community there, which is pretty cool. All right, I guess I got to talk about this mural if I'm going to blather on. I'm super uncomfortable talking about myself for the most part and things that I've been working on. But yeah, the mural behind me, I spent a good solid week working with a couple of organizations like Pangea Seed and Seawalls doing the world's first international stay-at-home mural festival, which was pretty neat. It was an environmentally themed mural festival, so there were 800 plus artists around the world documenting themselves, painting murals at home with leftover materials that they might have had around. So the idea was to use what you had, be resourceful, stay home, stay safe, and paint an environmental mural message. And this thing happened in over 60 countries. It was incredible. So we were all documenting each other, listening in on conversations and seeing how people were treating their art trade, and they're working on their skills and sharing their messages. And actually that week kind of spurred on the idea for these CANversations because there were some incredible live dialogues and things going on. So I thought, let's take this idea and spread it and make it about the spirit of CAN and check in with our ambassadors and see how they've been holding up, what's been rough, what's been tough, what's been changing, what's been going well. We're all having to readjust a bit right now. So there behind me is a mural that I worked on for this idea. And what I did, here, let me back up a little bit. There's my my office. You guys get the behind the scenes right there. So this mural does encompass a few difficult concepts, but what I did was I started with basically 2 planets. Planet B, we'll call that one, and Planet A. The concept is not to acknowledge that there's a plan B as far as a planet goes, but that if we were actually given 2 planets, considering what we've experienced with the one that we're on now, what would you fill your fresh planet with? So the reason I came up with this concept is because I've had people come to me and very, very blatantly tell me that science has proven that humans can have absolutely no impact on the environment, the earth, global warming, things like that. Fine. I'm not a scientist. I know how to get on Google and YouTube like all you other at-home scientists. But let's just take that concept for a second. We've got planet A and planet B. We've already filled up planet A with a bunch of stuff. Let's say we got planet B. So all you non-environmental people that don't think that global warming is a thing, what are you going to fill planet B with? You've been given a fresh planet. Are you going to fill it with garbage and petroleum products? Probably not. I don't know. You might plant a seed or something like that. So yeah, there you go. That's my concept. You guys, I'm definitely rambling right now. It's about 11 past 6 a.m. At 7 a.m. we will have a woman named Cynthia Ty coming in to back up Adam. And if we don't get Adam on this time, we will definitely get him on in a minute or next week. Let me back up for a second. So this environmental mural festival that I was working on spurred on the idea for these CANversations because I really liked the live feeds that I was watching. There were inspirational people there talking about some really important things and what they were doing to get along with life. And essentially, I thought this was great. Let's check in with our ambassadors at CAN and do the same thing. So we spread this into one whole week so far. That's gone from Sunday to tomorrow's Sunday, and we'll speak with Pete tomorrow, who's an incredible weightlifter with a big journey. And then I think we're going to take a week off to reevaluate what has happened here because there's definitely been some really awesome feedback. It's obvious that there's potential for helping people, changing some lives and perspectives and things like that through this. So I think we're going to keep doing it. In fact, we're working on ways to expand to a YouTube platform as well as possibly try to raise some funds, something like that, as we're all doing this just out of passion right now. I've really enjoyed this. These conversations have made my day every day this week. There's been one or two live interviews with some pretty incredible people, all real people going through real things. With some incredible stories and challenges and things like that that they can share. Give us some ways that they've gotten through them, how they've changed their mindset. For some people, it's diving into exercise, being creative, faith. There's all sorts of ways that you can change your mindset. And that's what really these CANversations are all about. Gotcha. I hear you there, Andy. He's saying that we might have gotten a time mix-up, but that's okay. I'm sure we're going to get Adam Buliisa on there pretty soon. We've been chatting over the week and very excited about getting this going. So, Adam, if you're out there and you are hearing this for some reason, you can't get checked in, don't worry. We will definitely get this figured out. What else can I talk about? Don't make me play more music, Adam. Come on. I threatened all of these CAN ambassadors with a few things. I had to brief them all before starting these live interviews. One thing was to do your best to avoid all the wonderful comments and hearts that are flying across the screen and all those things because it gets really distracting. And yeah, so that's tricky. You gotta see. I just got distracted by a comment there, but it was a really nice one, so that's why it's distracting. But so I brief all of these interviews before getting started, and stay motivated. There, keep running, do good stuff. Love it. Okay, network issue. Yeah, I figured that might be the issue. I keep tangenting there, but it's because I'm reading the comments here. We might need to reschedule with Adam as he did tell me that 6 p.m. in Uganda is a very busy time on the internet over there, and they're using bandwidth, so internet, wireless internet over there. So it's probably stacked right now. We might need to switch the schedule and get him up on a 6 a.m. and then me on a 6 p.m. We'll see how it goes. What was I saying? Oh, I was briefing these interviewees by letting them know a couple things. One was try to ignore the comments. They're very nice and distracting. And then the next thing I was telling him is to get up and go to the bathroom before we get started, because if you have to leave during one of these feeds, I will be forced to make up songs about you on my ukulele, and you just don't want that to happen. So the last thing I did request is that we try to keep the religion and politics out of it. And it's not because of a lack of importance for those things. It's because those things tend to be slighted based on deep beliefs, which through this past few weeks, I really have come to understand a difference in core values and beliefs. And the reason I'm saying this is because core values, I feel like globally, we can all share on a really deep level. Those core values that we're all starting to have to think about and really evaluate right now, that's global. Core values meaning health, safety, ability to appreciate the day, to get out, to express yourself, to do some creative problem solving, to achieve, to make goals, to plan, to can, right? So yeah, that's where we're at. I think that it's looking like we might shift gears here. If Adam's having some issues, we have his counterpart who actually introduced us to Adam, Cynthia Tai. I think we might just go ahead and switch over and talk with her. What do you think about that, Andy? I don't want to disappoint Adam, but I definitely think that we can schedule a better time. I really didn't remember how busy it was going to be there with the internet for him, so we might reschedule with Adam, which is I'm heartbroken because the guy is amazing, but Cynthia is equally amazing, and maybe we'll just pull her in for this conversation instead. I'll just stare at you guys for a little. Is this kind of weird? Well, hope you're all waking up to a blessed day, or at least halfway through a good day, wherever you are on the planet. We have been trying to connect with Adam Buliisa in Uganda. We're thinking that there's probably some technical difficulties on that end. And I think we're going to switch gears and check in with Cynthia Tai. We've been getting some really wonderful feedback from you guys writing in and sharing some stories, things like that. Oh, and what I was getting at earlier is that we've done this full week now. I think that there's going to be 12 total interviews from this first week of CANversations. And we're going to take 1 week break, reevaluate how this has all gone, see how we can possibly do it better, take some suggestions and things from you guys, and then create another guest list. And we're going to evolve this thing and keep it going, I believe. To folks that are movers, shakers, influencers, makers, people in their communities that are doing things and pushing people to be the best that they can be. We want to keep inspiring the world to do good things. I've never really spent this much time talking to myself. I know you guys are out there, but I can't see you. I just see myself, and I have a hard time with a mirror, let alone sitting in front of a camera. This is awful. Adam, I need you. Where are you, buddy? Well, during these CANversations all week, we've been giving away some apparel as well. These hats are fresh off the line. We've got some really cool stuff coming out. But again, this stuff's not about the apparel. It's about the message behind it. But during these live interview sessions, basically we'll ask a question somewhere later on the line within the hour. And if you can answer that, the first person to answer that question in the comments section, we'll send you some gear. We just want to keep spreading that message of the go-get-em attitude. Just come back as soon as we're able to. All right, so I think I'm going to sign off and see if we can check in with Cynthia Tai here. So thank you guys for putting up with my silly songs, antics, and this beautiful dusk light that is coming in. Sorry, dawn light. It's morning here. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.